Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is your science lecture of grade 5th, and I am your science teacher Aparna Pandey from Arjun Progressive School, Lamachon. So student, as you all know that in science we have started our chapter number 7 and its name is Air and Water Essentials for Life. This chapter number 7, Air and Water Essentials for Life. This chapter we have already discussed in our previous video, and today we are going to discuss only one, and that is the last topic of this chapter. As we have learned so many things related to air, their properties, their characteristics, how what is air pressure, how we are using air in our daily life, these all things we have learned. Then we have also learned that from where we get water, how we are using this water, how water becomes impure, right, and how to remove the impurities. Then we come to know that there are two types of impurities, one which is soluble in water and another one which is not soluble in water. So the impurities that are soluble in water are called soluble impurities, and the impurities which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble impurities. These all things we have discussed in our previous video. Now in today's class there I have taken only a single topic, and that is purifying water, that is purifying the water for drinking, or we can say purifying drinking water, because as we know that the topic that we are going to discuss today is purifying, purifying drinking water, drinking, purifying drinking water. What is today's topic that we are going to discuss? Purifying drinking water. So now in today's class we are going to learn how to purify the drinking water, or water that we use for drinking, how it is purified, how we are getting that water at our homes for which is suitable for drinking. This we are going to learn in today's class. So student, for this kindly open your books, page number 70. This is your book, page number 70. Kindly open this book. Here so many things are given step by step to purify the water. So we are going to discuss from book. Okay. So I hope now you all have opened your book page number 70. So beta, you all can see that purifying drinking water. Now before discussing this purifying drinking water, question arises that why do we need to purify water? So simple, because as we have discussed earlier, we know that in water there are different types of impurities. In water there are different types of impurities. These are soluble as well as insoluble impurities. And we have also learned few methods to remove the soluble as well as insoluble impurities from water. That's okay. But still, that water is not suitable for drinking. Though we have removed the impurities, but still that water is not suitable for drinking. So now, in today's topic, we are going to see that how this water, how we have to purify the water so that it must become suitable for drinking. So let's start. See, what it is saying, the water may contain germs that can cause us diseases. See beta, till now we have learned how to remove soluble impurities as well as how to remove insoluble impurities. But there we have not discussed about the removal of germs, right? And removing impurities, whether they are soluble or insoluble, it doesn't mean that germs are also vanished from there. No, germs are remain there. So we have to also remove the germs so that water must become suitable for drinking, because if we are drinking water that contains germs, then it may create diseases. dysentery. So many things occur due to dirty water. So let's see what it is saying, that the water may contain germs that can cause us diseases. It can spread diseases such as cholera, jaundice, typhoid, diarrhea, etc. Right? These are the diseases. What are the diseases that can occur due to the dirty water? What are these? These can be cholera, CHOLERA, cholera. These can be jaundice, JAUNDICE, jaundice. These can be typhoid, 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 and these can be diarrhea, DIARRHOEA. These can be diarrhea. So what we have seen, students, we have seen that if we are drinking impure water, then it may create these diseases. What are these diseases? These can be cholera, jaundice, typhoid, and diarrhea. These diseases occur due to the drinking of dirty water, water which contains germs. So students, what we have to do, that we can purify water and make it fit for drinking by following methods. So to drink water, to make water suitable for drinking, then we have few methods which we must apply to purify the water. So let's see what are these methods. First of all, it is saying the simplest and the best way to make water safe for drinking is by boiling. The first method that we can apply for making water suitable for drinking is boiling. Now how we have to boil? See, at high temperature we have to boil water at high temperature. Now why we have to boil water at high temperature? Because in high temperature germs are killed. Because in high temperature germs are killed. Then the boiled water should be strained through clean piece of cloth and stored in clean and covered container. As you have boiled the water in high temperature, the second thing that you have to strain that water from clean piece. Strain means chhan dena. Then we have to strain that water from clean piece of cloth, so that still if few impurities are left, so that must come above the cloth and the rest clean water must be collected in a empty container. Second thing is that even after straining the water, it is required to keep that water in clean place as well as to cover the container. Second thing that is required to do is use a filter at home. What you have to do? You have to use a filter at home to store drinking water. As you have to store water, so you must use filters for storing water, so that at the time when you are taking water for drinking, that must be in a filtered form. Clean it, and then as you are using filter, so you have to clean that filter time to time. You have to clean that filter regularly. Another thing that is required for cleaning water is water should be treated with certain chemicals. Water should be treated with certain chemicals like potassium permanganate, chlorine, etc. What we have to do? We must clean the water by putting some chemicals like potassium permanganate and chlorine. And why we are using these chemicals? So that we can purify our water, so that these chemicals can kill the germs and that water must become suitable for drinking, right? Then these days chlorine tablets are easily available. These days chlorine tablets are easily available. So adding chlorine in water helps in killing germs. As chlorine tablets are easily available, so by ourselves also we can use chlorine tablets for drinking, for making water suitable for drinking. Now, water which is free from germs and impurities is called safe water. And in this way, when we get a clean water, then what it is called? It is called safe water. these days, a variety of filters as well as water purifiers are available, and you all also know this. You have heard the ad of AquaGuard, RO, Water Kent. What are these? These are the different types of filters or water purifiers which you have taken for your home so that you can use safe water which is suitable for drinking, right? Now, in cities, tap water is supplied in our homes. As you all know that in cities, as we are living in cities, so we all are getting tap water which is suitable for drinking. They are supplying that tap water. So what it is, see, it has already been filtered and treated with chemicals, because we are getting tap water and we are using that water for drinking and for some other functions also, for cooking, for preparing food. So beta, that water, that tap water is already filtered and already cleaned by using different types of chemicals, right? A simple setup is shown below, and how this tap water is cleaned and how this water is coming to our home. This all is shown here in this setup. What it is? See, all you can see. This is the setup, and there are different methods. So let's discuss this. First of all, you can see here, there it is given source of water. As you know, clouds, river, these all are the sources of water from where we get water. Okay, then first thing that we have to do, or that is done to provide water to our homes, is sedimentation. First of all, sedimentation is done. As you can see, sedimentation is the first step. Then second thing is done, filtration. Now you all know what is sedimentation, what is filtration. So these both methods are applied before sending water to our homes. Let's see after filtration what is done. After filtration there is a chlorination. Now what do you mean by chlorination? Chlorination means to add chlorine in water to make it suitable for drinking by killing germs. As we add chlorine in water which is already filtered, then germs are killed. After chlorination, then water is stored at one place. After chlorination, the water is stored at one place so that that water can be supplied in the city. After chlorination, that water is stored in one place so that water can be supplied in different cities. So what are the steps that we have seen for storing water? First of all, what it is there? As we are getting water, source of water, okay, as we are getting water from river and something other, okay, then this water is sedimented. This water is sedimented, or sedimentation is the step that is done for cleaning water, okay. Sedimentation is the step that is done for cleaning water. After sedimentation, what is there? Filtration. Filtration. After sedimentation, what is there? Filtration. After filtration, what is the step that is done? It is beta chlorination. 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 Now you all know what is chlorination. Chlorination is adding of chlorine in water to kill germs so that it must become suitable for drinking. Then after chlorination, what is there? Storage of water. Storage of water. Then after storage of water, that water is supplied in different places. And these all things are represented here. You can also see the diagram. Source of water, river. The second step is sedimentation. After sedimentation, filtration. After filtration, chlorination. After chlorination, storage. After storage, supplied to home. So these are the different steps that we use for purifying water. So student, in today's class we have learned that if we are taking dirty water or water which is full of germs and impurities, then it may create diseases like cholera, jaundice, typhoid, diarrhea, etc. So then we have learned that it is very necessary to clean water. Then we have learned several steps for cleaning water, like boiling water at high temperature, then we have to strain that water. Then we have to keep that water in clean vessel, as well as we have to cover the water. Another step is there that we must use filters, so that every time we can use filtered water for drinking. Then we have also learned that chlorination is the step for killing germs, so that water must become suitable for drinking. And then we have seen the several steps that are taken so that the purified water must be supplied to our homes. So students, I hope that in today's class, now you all have understand how to purify the water, how we are doing purification of water for drinking, or how we are making water suitable for drinking. So I hope whatever I have explained you all will able to understand. I hope everything is clear in today's class. And students, here we have completed our today's chapter. I hope you